If you look at question number 5, this one is a ratios question, or kind of a ratios word problem. Government tells Francisco that in every train car, the ratio of first-class seats to second-class seats to economy seats. So if you picked up on that, this is a 3-part ratio. First class to second class to economy must be 2 to 4 to 9. And important to know that when you're using a 3-part ratio here, 2 to 4 to 9, the order of the numbers matches the order of the words that were set up in the problem. So first class seats is going to represent the 2, or the 2 is going to represent that. The 4 represents the second thing that's mentioned, which is the second class seats. And then the 9 represents the third thing that's mentioned, the economy seats. If the government buys Rapido trains, how many second class seats will be in every train car? That means the 4 here, we have to turn that not just to a ratio number, but to an actual number. Because in a ratio 2 to 4 to 9, you guys know that 2 to 4 to 9, these aren't necessarily the actual numbers of things. If my ratio is 2 to 4 to 9, that doesn't guarantee that, well, there's exactly 2 first-class seats. It just means that the ratio of these is 2 for every 4 of these for every 9 of these. I might have 20 of these, 40 of these, and 90 of these. I don't necessarily have 2, 4, and 9. So the trick is figuring out, all right, what is the actual number? And it's telling me here that I can't just guess and check. I can't say, well, 2 to 4 to 9. Does that add up to the total number of seats I'll have in the train car? Well, let me see. Rapido trains, if you're looking at them, there's 300 for every 4 cars in the Rapido train. That means 300 divided by 4, that's 75. That means I should have 75 seats in a car. If I do 2 plus 4 plus 9, I don't get to 75. I only get to 15. So then you say, okay, well, if I'm guessing and checking, let me just try the next thing up. That would be like doubling all these, like 4 to 8 to 18. Does that add up to 75? It doesn't. Now, that's what you wouldn't get full credit for, guess and check. Instead, you got to go at it a little more systematically. Here's how you think of it. Say to yourself, all right, in every packet of 15 seats on this car, there's going to be 2 of them that are going to be first class, 4 that are second class, and 9 that are economy. And so you say to yourself, if there's packets of 15, and I know that there have to be packets of 15, then that's kind of a reassurance as to what the possible numbers of seats might be. For example, I couldn't have exactly 20 seats on this car. Because if I had 20, then there's no way to get a ratio of 2 to 4 to 9. The only way that I'm going to get an exact ratio of 2 to 4 to 9 is if when I add these together, 2 plus 4 plus 9, you get 15, the multiple of the number of seats in that car is going to have to be a multiple of 15. So here's how, if you know that, this becomes a lot easier. Here's how you use that fact. You say to yourself, okay, in this ratio, and this times a 3-part ratio, what happens with 2-part ratios, let me add up all the parts together to find how many there are total. 2 plus 4 plus 9. In that case, that gives me 15. Not 16. 15. Great. Now I know that I have to find how many of these 15s, how many of these sets are in there. It's like if you buy Neop. So let me figure out, I got 15 seats in each packet. And I say how many packets of 15 are in my 75. So to find that out, you do 75 divided by 15. And that tells you that you have 5 of those groupings of 15 seats in there. So that means for every 15 seats I have in there, I can see that there's 2 first class, 4 second class, 9 economy. Since there are 5 packets of 15 in 75, then that means there has to be 5 times 2 first-class seats, 5 times 4 second-class seats, 5 times 9 economy seats. Since it's asking me how many second-class seats will it be, that was 5 times 4, and 5 times 4 equals 20. So the answer here, if you're answering this whole question, would be that there are 20 second-class seats in every Rapido train car. And that's how you do that one.